Long ago, in the land of Israel, the people were having a very hard time. For 20 years, they had been treated badly by a cruel king named Jabin and his powerful army commander, Sisera. The Israelites were scared, and many of them cried out to God for help. They needed someone wise and brave to lead them. That someone was Deborah. Deborah was a special woman chosen by God. She was a prophet, which means she listened to God and shared his messages with the people. Deborah also helped people solve their problems and make good choices. She would sit under a palm tree, and people would come from all around to ask her for advice. One day, God spoke to Deborah and gave her an important message. She called for a man named Barak and told him, "God wants you to gather 10,000 soldiers and go to Mount Tabor. God will help you win against Sisera and his army." Barak was surprised. He knew Sisera had 900 iron chariots and a huge army. But Deborah told him that God would be with them. Barak was a little nervous. He said, "Deborah, I will go, but only if you come with me." Deborah smiled and agreed. "I will go with you. But because you want me to come, the victory will not go to you but to a woman." Barak trusted Deborah and God, so they set off together. Barak gathered his army, and Deborah went with him to Mount Tabor. Sisera heard that Barak and his soldiers were ready for battle, so he brought his 900 iron chariots and all his men to the river below the mountain. When the two armies were ready, Deborah stood up and shouted, "Go, Barak! This is the day the Lord will help you win." Barak and his men charged down the mountain. Suddenly, something amazing happened. God sent a mighty rainstorm. The river flooded, and the ground became muddy and slippery. Sisera's iron chariots got stuck in the mud, and his soldiers became confused and scared. Barak and his army bravely chased Sisera's men, and God helped the Israelites win the battle. Sisera jumped out of his chariot and ran away as fast as he could. He found a tent where a woman named Jael lived. Sisera asked Jael to hide him, and she let him rest. But when Sisera fell asleep, Jael made sure he could not hurt anyone anymore. When the sun rose the next day, everyone celebrated. God had answered their prayers and saved them from their enemies. The Israelites were free once again, all because Deborah listened to God, trusted him, and led her people with courage and wisdom. Deborah sang a joyful song to thank God for his help. She praised the brave men and women who stood up for what was right. The people of Israel were happy and peaceful for 40 years. Deborah's story reminds us that anyone can be a leader if they listen to God, make wise choices, and care for others. She showed that God can use anyone, boys or girls, men or women, to do great things. When we trust God and help others, we can make a big difference in our world, just like Deborah did. So whenever you feel scared or unsure, remember Deborah's courage. Trust that God is with you